Welcome back, Cagesider fans. Angelo Reyes. And here in studio today, we have one of the very best fighters in the world. She's in the top 25. She's in the UFC. Gina "Danger" Mazany. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Man, it's so awesome to see you back in Vegas. You're happy. You got that smiling face. I know that all of our viewers would know you from The Ultimate Fighter 18, which is the first time they ever did women. Mm-hmm. They had Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey as the coaches, mm-hmm. And you were on the Miesha side going into it. Can you tell us about that experience? Because I know in that series you ended up fighting who is now ranked number 2, Juliana Pena. Mm-hmm. So tell us about it.
Yeah, I was living in Seattle at the time, and my brother called me and was like, "Gina, they're doing tough tryouts. You should come by and check it out." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I took like a weekend trip down to Vegas, and thinking that it'd just be an experience of like getting through, because at the time I had 3 fights, and so I went through the first step and made it through the next step, and like the striking went well, the grappling went great. Like I just did really well. And I was like, "Damn, David, like I'm about to like make this through." And I just got hired on this amazing job, like paid great money, 401k, all the adult stuff that you'd ever want. And then I got the opportunity, so I told my job, I was like, "Hey, I gotta go. Like, gotta chase my dreams."
Right.
Anyway, so I ended up fighting Juliana Pena, tough chick. Fight didn't go to where I wanted to, but so I didn't make it to the house. After that, I got shoulder surgery. Took a year to recover, packed up my stuff, and moved to Vegas.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. And Dave Mazany, who's the UFC 155 champion, mm-hmm. That is your brother.
Yeah.
So I hope that we get a chance to see him in the UFC really soon. That would be, I think, one of the first brother-sister tandems in the UFC, so we would love to do that. And he's a great fighter, too. We'll have him on. Yeah. So when you moved, then, here you are. And this is how everybody would know. This is what a fighter does. Yeah. Gives up the 401k, gives up the good job, to go follow their dreams. Yeah. What were you expecting when you got to Vegas? Because from what I heard, then you ended up becoming one of Miesha Tate's like main partners on her road to winning the championship. So what was that like? What was that whole experience? Coming to Vegas, being with Xtreme Couture, being with Miesha Tate. What's the whole thing like?
It was amazing. Coming to Xtreme, the thing I loved the most about it is that everybody that was there wanted the exact same thing that I wanted. We all wanted to be in the UFC. We all wanted to do well and be successful in that. And we had a great women's team, which was nice. And it was awesome seeing someone up to such a high caliber like Miesha do so well, and see her in camp and just have her beat you up, and like it was amazing. And I'm so thankful that I moved to Xtreme. All my coaches are amazing. All my teammates are amazing. I really couldn't ask for anything more.
And I love that she's managing you, because I know mm-hmm. that she just recently retired, and now that she's in the managerial role, in my head I'm like, man, it's such a great move for Miesha, because who would know better how to manage women UFC fighters than the mm-hmm. champ, right?
Yeah.
So what's that experience like to be managed by UFC former champion Miesha Tate? And then like you said, like I hear she brings people in, and then she takes good care of you guys. So talk about that.
Yeah. Well, this is my first round with her, so she's really been managing me for like maybe about a month now.
Okay.
But she first mentioned it to me. She's like, "Hey, Gina, I'm looking to manage fighters. I'm really interested in managing you." And I was like, "Okay." And then I got the call about the Sarah McMahon fight.
Making things happen already. Boom.
Right. Yeah. That was crazy. But no, she's been great. It was I think definitely a good choice to get managed by someone like her, for sure.
Well, I mean, like you get right on Halifax main card. I was there with you. UFC Fight Night Halifax. You fight Sarah McMahon, who's the silver medalist. I mean, on a 14-day notice, and really, like Gina, we talked about it on the show where I was saying, "Hey, Gina, go out there, go get her. There's really nobody knows who you are, so go ahead and show up." And I think for me, watching you go through that process, having to lose those crazy poundages over those few days. I mean, I think you have to lose like almost 30 pounds in like 14 days, which is insane. Is it 27? Can you kind of explain like what that process was like? That's insane.
Yeah, it was a total of 27 pounds, 16 days. I logged in over 90 miles on the treadmill in those couple weeks. And yeah, I just dieted really hard, and my weight cut was awful, but it's okay. I'll do better next time. But it was a crazy experience, and I'm so thankful for anybody if I was to lose too. I'm happy I lost to Sarah. She was an amazing chick. Really sweet afterwards. I mean, of course, she won. She was happy, but she, gave me some good advice, and even sent me a message the next day, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really
and this
cool.
is what I like to hear, because again, when you're into UFC, I mean, it's like in Major League Baseball where you're going from the AAA minor leagues, and then all of a sudden you're in the big leagues, and there's only 26 of you in this division. So I love the fact that even after Sarah beats you, she texts you the next day, hey, how are you doing? And I love that. And I know that if you guys would rematch again, you would probably want a full camp, right? And you would do it 100%, right? In your head right now, real quick, going into your next match, because you're going to have many more in the UFC. We're going to see a bright future for you. Who would you want to fight next? Because I'm thinking, would you want to fight Juliana Pena next just because you felt that, or who do you want to fight next? I mean, you always want to, anybody who's ever fought and who's ever lost, they always want to revenge a loss. There's no one in particular I want to fight, honestly, right now, because I'm more focused on finding myself as an athlete and rounding myself in the best athlete that I can be. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do. I just want to do what's best for me. I really don't know who. I don't care who I fight. Just put it out. I mean, obviously it didn't matter. I fought Sarah McMahon, so. That's right.
I don't care.
I mean, you fight Juliana Pena, you fight Sarah McMahon, you don't care. So I'm sure Sean Shelby knows you are a gamer, and we're looking forward to hopefully International Fight Week. I'm hoping you get an International Fight Week right here in Vegas. Wishing you continued success. Thank you so much for joining us here at Cagesiders, and I can't wait to have your brother here too.
Absolutely,
one of these times, we're gonna say the first brother-sister team in the UFC. So thank you, Gina. Thank you so much. Cagesider fans, when we come back, we're going to get a chance to talk to a ring girl, someone I've been wanting to talk to for a long time. Please stick around.